I am not putting my VTubers up here. I did. Okay. Alright, shit is streaming. Let me give you the Twitch link, that way Mel or whoever can advertise it. What? I mean, I definitely understand why. Okay. Twitch, please, for the love of Christ. No, it just wants to take forever to load. I don't know why. It's the creator dashboard every fucking time. We're we're gonna see how well all this works. Alright. Okay. We have recording. We have picture. We have stream. Perfect. Hi. Okay. Hmm. Oh, what? What with the map suddenly going batshit? We're good to go. I guess advertise wherever you want the link to go. Uh, okay. Sure. No. I, I mean we have breast massagers. Why not? Wait a minute. No, well, Mel, um, I don't know if you know this, but
What?
vibrators meant for other things can also be used for other things.
Okay.
I'll give
I'm
you a
gonna take
minute.
your word for it. Hey.
Condoms.
Oh. Wow. Bruh.
Did you say gross?
I said bruh.
Okay, I was gonna say
No.
Mel.
No.
It looks like two slippers fused into one.
They basically are, and they got a vibrator, not a vibrator, a massager in them that vibrates my feet. You know what I'm talking about? Not the sexual vibrating, but the vibrating where it makes your feet go
It
nice.
makes your feet go burr.
I
Yeah.
didn't say anything.
All right, can we just start because I'm getting cursed?
I was trying to, but you wanted to explain your vibrator.
Sorry. The premiere.
Okay,
Come on.
Oh.
so we get to go, right?
Yeah, we will see how well we function today.
Okay, so right after the aftermath of how you guys happen to acquire this house, the air is now cleared, and you have brought Irina and Valderin, and also Charity and her daughter up to the second floor, as you guys are now discussing and planning out how to utilize best the spaces that are now available to you within this manor.
Fun.
The music's not playing yet, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Music it.
Should be now.
Leopold. What is this music,
Oh
Leopold?
no.
What is this? Blaze, what is this?
I can sort of hear it. Where's the volume?
Do you want me to turn it up?
Yes.
How about that?
Okay, that is really loud as far as coming over somebody's mic, but I got it on my end.
Okay.
Oh, is it me? Sorry.
No, it's okay.
You see little Kyle bouncing up near you, Kanan, going, "We're rich."
Oh, not exactly.
Well, we got this big house now.
Oh yeah, we gotta clean it out first, I guess. And he just scratches his nose.
Oh, does that mean more chores?
Unfortunately, yes. Gotta make sure it's safe.
I mean, you wouldn't ask me, right? I'm still sick.
No, actually, I want you to go back to bed as soon as we find a place for you to sleep.
Yay! I mean, yeah,
What is this music, Max?
it's music.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? What is this?
I'll tell you after.
Fucker. Okay. Okay, so,
But where is my room then?
that is a very good question. Uh, excuse me for a moment. He's gonna look for a room for him to sleep in. What is this ugly ass icon?
You guys can now interact with doors and close and open them yourselves,
Really?
What?
along with
Open,
windows as well.
open,
It'll
open.
also show if it's locked or it's not as well.
Okay, so open sesame.
See,
What?
it's open.
What the fuck is this room?
Okay.
Is this like a storage closet?
So I guess
Yes,
that one's locked.
Definitely not in here. Oh, I'm locked in. Shit.
there you go,
Ugh.
Strahd. See how it works?
No, no, thank you. I was locked in for a second
Ooh.
there.
Ooh, this is nice.
Yes,
Decent
very.
sized room in this one.
I'm gonna have so much fun putting all these in old maps.
Of course you
I
are.
guess I should update mine on what the fuck is this? Okay, definitely not in there, he says out loud. In
That's
here.
the staircase, as you remember, to the secret lab.
Yeah, no. We're not going in this room.
Back to the lab again.
If you remember,
Be quiet.
Theodore had a key.
A key. A key to my heart. Well, I'm just gonna check up here. Ooh, roll 20. You are acting like a donkey on this laptop. Uh,
You see Esmeralda and her mother just while away the minutes as they speak out to you. Well, we're gonna have to find some kind of stable place down low to bring all our little babies in. But you guys have fun deciding rooms and all that. Guess we're just gonna pick whatever you don't want.
hey, just be careful outside, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're the residents here. You guys are the foreigners. We'll be fine. Personally, personally, I feel more comfortable sleeping in my shacky little wagon than in this spooky big house. No offense.
I
None
are none
taken.
taken.
All right, come on, mom. Let's go. You see, as Esmeralda is trying to make her way down the stairs, her mom is already trying to tidy up her hair.
Oh, that's cute. So,
Meanwhile, Voldaire just sort of sniffs around the place. Do I smell something burnt?
Uh, uh.
Why do you have to remind me?
What did you guys do?
Made a
Oh hell! What the
mistake.
hell did I? What kind of fun did I miss while I was in the car?
You didn't miss anything.
don't worry about that. You didn't miss anything. Alright,
Bunch of
I'm gonna
skin
look around
bags.
this room. Don't,
Hey. Wait, what?
I'm gonna look around this
Kyle said.
room.
Rattlesucket's cookie run.
I Mel.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail. I just found it and I had to post it.
What am I
You
gonna do
hear
with you?
Kyle say,
I
He
mean,
left me.
what's that name? What's the name of that one cookie that you really like, Rattle? Something chip or whatever.
Crunchy chip.
Alright,
you
so
you hear Kyle sort of go up to your leg and tug on it, Paul, as he goes, "Is that what those like burnt bags downstairs for?"
Unfortunately.
Victor just sort of ruffles his snout and says, "Well, we're gonna want to clean those up unless you want to sleep in death and decay. Not exactly my first time, but I'd rather not get sick off it."
ew.
Yeah, that tracks.
I wanna see if there's anything. Well, wait, this is the room that he slept in, so
Yes, that's the room.
Are you guys just calling out loud to each other?
no, he's talking
Basically.
to himself. Right now, Kanan's talking to himself, but he's like, oh, it's the room that he slept in.
Oh,
He's
we
gonna look
go.
around for anything sus.
We got looks like a study. At least this room with a desk in it.
You see Kyle tugs on your arm, Kyle. Let's go explore too.
Kyle
Kyle
senile.
tucks in his arms crossed.
What'd you say?
Yeah. I said Kyle is senile because Kyle pulled on Kyle's sleeve.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
sorry. I meant Kyle pulled on Paul's sleeve.
I suppose so.
Looks like we got some kind of library.
You may have to move my token around because uh my PC does
You,
not like that I'm doing all of this.
all right. Well, where are you gonna be shacking up, princess? You see, Irina doesn't really answer, but just kind of trails her finger over the cupboard nearby.
Cupboard.
Hey,
Fridge.
huh? Did you hear me? Um, I suppose I'll just take the smallest room. It's fine. Somewhere close to the roof, if that's okay. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna ask about why you're being moody, so I'm just gonna go put up some defenses.
Kanan's going to make sure this room is free from any sort of traps.
You can go ahead and roll for perception.
Roll for jukebox. Okay, hold on. Roll for Persephone. That's persuasion.
With Stephanie.
Leave me alone.
It's like I know you're in the mood for Hades too, but it's not out yet.
15.
You explore around the area and you find uh, the cabinet from before that you had sprung some sort of mechanism in that had knocked you with the mysterious red crimson gas. And inside, you do see that there was a trap set up to release the gas upon the cabinet door being opened.
Mhm.
But you see that the vial of gas that was in there was is no longer filled and it's empty.
Break that shit.
Okay. You take apart the mechanism.
Okay, I'm just gonna smash it and be like, there we go. And close the cabinet door.
Uh,
And
You
Where?
search the rest of the room for mechanisms similar to this, but you see that that was the only location where that was hidden.
Looks safe enough. Gonna like uh see here. You said that's the only trap in the room,
Yep, as far as you're able to find.
as I'm able to find. Motherfucker. So there's more traps.
I never said that.
But frick you. Okay. So he's gonna come back out and call to Kyle. Hey, this is your room. This is your room.
Oh, he looks towards Paul. Maybe we can play later.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna go be
Awesome.
depressed.
Wait, about what?
He's sad about the kitchen.
The kitchen. Oh, right, because you like the cooking thing.
Yeah.
Kanan's gonna roll his eyes. We can fix the kitchen.
I can help.
Yes, as soon as you're better. Now come to bed.
Oh, I'm not even allowed to go out.
Not while you're sick.
Oh,
Do you want to get other people sick?
sorry, Paul.
It's
Soon as
fine.
you're feeling well, we'll be able to help. Excuse me. Kanan's gonna follow him inside to tuck him in. Whoops. Holy crap, this laptop is 8. So bad.
Huh?
Nothing, this laptop's kind of dingy dongy doodle.
Oh,
But yeah, he's gonna follow him back and he's gonna tuck him into bed.
Irina reaches out to you, Roger, and asks, "Hey, you know where the most secluded room is in this place?"
Hmm. Well, I don't know about I don't know about the first floor. There's a small room down that way, which is where we were staying at originally, and there's a large room down that way. But those are the only two other rooms up here.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Thanks.
You doing all right?
Roll for insight.
Okay. Well, that's what happened. Didn't have put up my sheet.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice roll.
You definitely sense that she is troubled right now and stuck in her own head, and she's doing a rather bad and poor job at trying not to let anyone sense that she's troubled.
Seems like anything I can do to help.
She puts up a brave smile and tells you, "No, you're fine. Just make sure Kyle's all right. Okay?
Yeah, he's all right. But just saying, you're a bodyguard.
Yeah, I know. Just keep yourself safe too. Okay?"
Of course.
You see, she walks off uh, towards the left side where you had said that there was a more secluded room.
Yeah, she seems out of sorts.
I mean, aren't we all at the moment?
All right, but she seems exceptionally out of sorts.
Have you seen her?
Well, What's that supposed to mean? Almost what's your take on the big creepy old house?
Could use some fortifications, but it could serve as something that could be useful while you're in this land.
Got a couple locked doors around here.
We do hope there's a source of water near here. One that's, well, a decently sized source of water. Full moon's coming up soon, and definitely gonna need to be immersed in water for a while that day.
Oh, what would the gang like to do?
You should put Kyle in the bed first.
Gotta tuck him in.
You know he's gonna tuck him in bed. And he's gonna say, if you ever need me, just yell for me, okay?
Yeah, I will. I see he kind of goes quiet.
You okay?
My dad says thanks, Kanan, for always looking after me.
You're welcome. That's
Night.
kind of gonna bother him. Good night. Uh, he's gonna walk out the room and slowly and gently close the door. And there's gonna be a clearly uncomfortable look on his face.
You know that kid probably ain't gonna stay in bed more than 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, definitely
I
isn't going
know.
to.
He kind of doesn't respond. Clearly, kind of disturbed by what Kyle said.
What's the matter?
Yeah. Uh, Nothing. Just hyperactive kid. Anyways, I'm gonna go find if there's any leftover shit that shouldn't be here.
I'm going to see about finding a large source of water.
Good idea.
You guys can roll for perception.
Bro, what are you doing with this perception shit?
We gonna roll as a group?
Everybody can roll, yeah.
You're a fucking dingle dongle doodle. I love my perception. What you gonna do?
What are the chances?
Wow!
It's gonna be
Is
one of
eight is 18 the new 20s that we're gonna get?
I mean,
Rattles. You want to roll too?
hopefully,
You're probably gonna have to roll for me. I don't know what it is with roll 20, but it's driving my CPU up to 95.
Oh wow.
oh,
It is
I can
taking up some 70% of my CPU.
Oh.
hang on.
Yeah, I can roll for you. You guys can print out your character sheets now.
Well,
Better.
I was gonna say I can roll for him too because I do have access to his sheet.
Oh
From
yeah, I forgot I gave you access. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
We can
Alright.
print them, but we can't click on those.
We're doing perception?
Sorry, Rattles.
That's okay.
Yeah, perception. And yes,
One
new
sec.
feature added too. You guys can print out your character sheets.
really?
Yes, there's a print button on the top left now.
Okay, yet again, roll for
Another
chances.
18.
I mean, 6 is the actual one, but what are the chances?
All right, well, we had 8 20s last time, so. Or 10.
Uh, Roger, you do your best to look around the house, but as you're looking through, you're unsure of whether it's the dust or your experiences up the thus far, but you feel a raspy cough come on that also scratches at your throat a little bit from the inside.
Fantastic.
Kanan is going to look towards Buck.
Hmm.
Uh, oh wait, he didn't speak, did he?
Why did Roger say anything?
Yeah.
No. It might be
Uh,
rubbing his throat or whatever, but
oh, okay. See,
Uh, through
I'm
your
a
searches, Kanan, um, and Falmouth, you guys are able to find what looks like to be another floor, the final floor to the mansion, which seems to be a sort of bathhouse at the very top.
excuse excuse me. What? A bathhouse at the very top.
Yep.
Where is it at? Can you click it for me? Like,
I'll. It's like another floor. I'll
one.
show you, but I need to explain for everybody first. And for Roger, you're able to find from the secret lab from before,
hmm.
in the in the wreckage and ashes which burned um, from when Paul had launched the fireball. Uh, a piece of Deidre's key remains, enough of
Uh,
it so that it looks like you can unlock certain doors in this mansion.
Okay.
Ah, yes, the beautiful lab.
with a whole lot of rubble.
While you're searching in there, though, you do notice that Irina has made her way in here and seems to be perusing through the documents and books on the table.
Find anything interesting?
Irina turns around, looking surprised, having been completely absorbed in what she was reading. Oh, sorry. I didn't know you came in here. Surprising they were able to fit all this in here.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are surprising about this house.
I want to share what I'm reading here with the others, but it's not looking good.
In what way?
You remember that windmill we passed?
Yeah,
It's about that.
of course.
And it's about how close it is to Kyle's village.
How close it is to Kyle's village. Hold up.
She shows you a book that seems like a diary full of entries and dates, seemingly capturing on a day by week basis the reports of what reads to be human test subjects.
How charming.
And
Oh,
she
hell.
she particularly thumbs over uh, the final entry, in which reads that many of the special shipment had to be moved to a safer location. We'll take them to the old bone grinder so that the ladies can find out what to do with them.
Oh, hell.
Yikes, 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 yikes.
Hmm.
I She closes the book a bit. I want to look into more of this before I tell everybody. Kanan loves that kid, okay, and I'm afraid he might do something reckless. That's coming from me.
Hmm.
Man, it is a possibility.
Just keep it on the down low for now, right?
Alright.
Max, how dare you think Kana would do something reckless?
And she looks nervous to be talking to you.
I know. It's distracting.
What?
I know. It's he gestures to himself. It's distracting. I know.
Look, I just. He looks at you with sincerity. I don't know if you've been told, but I just want to be honest. I still feel like shit about it.
About what?
There was a little incident while you were at Bella's castle.
There
I
were a lot of incidents at Bella's castle.
I changed into something, and I think I almost hurt Paul.
He's gonna sort of lean back against the table here. Well, but you didn't.
But I almost did.
And it sounds like it wasn't something you were really able to handle.
Regardless, I take responsibility.
Well, I appreciate that. But I mean, have you talked to Paul about it?
I. She closes her eyes, looks ashamed. I don't think he wants to talk to me about it. Let alone talk to me at all, really.
Well, I know him pretty well, obviously. And I think he'd be willing to talk to you. Just might need to do it in a place that he's familiar with, if you catch my drift.
Your bed?
He's gonna rub his temple.
See, you see, she looks at you with a tilted head.
No, no, darling.
Sorry, I'm not
He's
good. I'm not good with this innuendo stuff.
he's like talking about the kitchen.
Oh,
He set this place on fire by, dealing with the weird skin bags that were living here, and I know he's real bummed about the kitchen. If you could help him out with it some, he might be more inclined to listen to your side.
everyone can see the map, right? Just making sure before I go on.
The lab, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, just making sure there's not like a cameraman needed situation. Okay, Irina taps the book with her hand and says, "Okay, give it a shot." But just another thing. No, actually, it's okay.
Oh, what is it?
When you, this is gonna sound dumb, but when you look at me, who do you see?
Well, I see a very attractive young lady.
Smooth.
He nods. Charming, but it helps. Thanks.
Well, just so you know, that ain't me putting on the flattery. I'm just stating the facts.
Well, as far as literal red-skinned little tiefling people go in these lands, not too bad looking yourself, Roger.
Well, thank you.
Now, you mind leading me to where the kitchen is?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
And again, please just, I don't want everybody else to know about what I read here, so I can make sure.
Yeah, keep it on the down low. I got you.
Thanks. You're a good friend.
So are you.
You
Okay.
mean you mean other than the getting you guys into constant danger and almost dying part?
Now look, we all do that. We all manage that. Trust me.
All right. Sure, fair enough. Okay, come on. Let's go see the missile man.
Yep.
And you and Irina make your way out of the secret lab down to the first floor. Give me one sec to spawn you guys in. There you go. Everybody can see you, right?
Yep.
No.
Nope, black for me.
uh,
Okay, time for cameraman time.
Yeah, it's blacker than me.
you might want to make sure it's not in like a corner of your thing.
I got the whole thing like stretched out,
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
and I can't see stuff.
I have it completely zoomed out. It's all black.
Oh, there it is.
There
There
you
it is.
are. I mean, you
Chandelier.
can also canonize it as you guys exploring the first floor too, if you guys wanted.
Okay.
Paul, you look over the charred remains of the flooring and the doorway to the kitchen. Thankfully, the fires were put out by Kanan and the party when they came to help you on their way up. And it looks like the fire has not spread to the ingredients and tools on the table yet.
So what's the damage?
Well, it's not as terrible as I thought it was, but it's still gonna need a lot of work.
Well, ain't you glad that I brought you a pair of hands?
See Irina poking her head in. Hey, you need help?
I would love help right now.
Sure. You see Irina smile at you. Where do you want me to start?
I have no idea. I've been trying to find a broom closet or something for at least 30 minutes now.
Well, there's a bunch of doors around, but I can think of something. Uh, can't you also just use your magic on this thing or something?
I could, but I've been using my magic a lot lately.
Right. It's all right. I'll go look for a closet.
And I will keep looking around here.
You hear Flubber speak from your dagger as he asks, "Master, you sound troubled."
I am standing in a ruined kitchen in a house that we got from a bunch of crazy people.
Oh, look at the piano.
The what?
A piano.
You
Okay,
know.
okay, Yosemite Sam.
Oh my god.
Can you play a
What?
Can you play a piano?
Cookie butt. Kenan's going to inspect the piano. What?
Uh, roll for performance.
I'm not play it, but
You tap a few keys.
Yes, says I.
Oh!
Canonically accurate roll though.
Are you
You
saying I can't perform?
The dice do.
Oh,
Well,
because Kanan doesn't know how to play the
oh,
piano.
well, yeah, that's true. I thought you meant something else.
No. You inspect the piano and you accidentally press a few of the keys and it comes out as really discordant notes
Oh,
that ring out through the entire room.
oh, okay. I do not like that sound. And he kind of backs off, and he's going to inspect the. Ooh, is that chess?
Yes, that's his chessboard.
Inspect, inspect the chessboard. Leave me alone. I shall inspect the chessboard.
You find a complete chessboard with all the pieces available for a game.
Ooh, interesting. Haven't played chess in a few years. And he kind of just picks up the black queen uh chess piece, like
It would be
admiring it.
it
Huh?
would be the Black Queen.
Well, all right, you freak off, okay? You freak off. And he like admires it from him for putting it back down on its piece on the board.
uh,
And he's
when
huh?
you put it back down, you do notice Falmouth already in the room with you as well behind you now.
Uh, he looks back like, oh hey, find anything interesting?
so far no. Well, there's a library just below here.
Oh, okay. This must be like some kind
Pretty
of
nice one too.
study room. I don't know. Wait, is that a bed?
No, that's like a fireplace with several sofa chairs around it.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That
because
confused me.
because of how fast you moved, your character, I was just like, "Is that a bed?" And then Kanan just sprints across the room.
It looks like a bed.
Keenan just goes feral.
Roger doing a splendid job of finding that closet.
He's like,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
Roger,
absolutely.
come inspect this bed with me.
Oh goodness.
Meanwhile,
This
back
man, this man don't know what a fireplace and coffee table looks like.
with Paul, Irina comes back with two brooms and one little bucket, and looks to you. Well, I found something.
Paul has the oven open, making sure there's no kind of dolls or anything stuffed in there. And he has opened all of the cabinets.
Hey, Mac,
Roll for
I got a,
perception.
I got a question after you
You have to
finish
roll.
eating.
Trying.
Oh, yep. Let me roll perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Mel, what's your question?
Could it mending like fix any of the broken stuff?
Yeah, it would.
Motherfucker, I don't have it prepared. Damn.
You could take a long rest to switch out your spells if you want.
You don't mind?
You would have to have Kanan rest. Yeah.
Okay.
And okay. So no, you look around the oven as Irina tilts her head and looks at you as a, "Are you cooking already? I was just gone for like literal seconds."
Paul looks over at her. I am checking for dolls, and if you make fun of me for it, I'm locking you out of the kitchen forever.
For dolls.
Yes.
Okay. Like scary dolls or
All dolls are scary, but yes.
you see she kind of opens her mouth to speak, but just empty air goes out. She goes,
Look, I am just making sure because this place is absolutely crazy. I don't want the oven to be some random portal that just sends things back and forth.
All right, all
Yep.
right. I believe you. Where do you want me to search? I guess.
Making it sound like you've seen that before.
I haven't seen it before, but I don't trust this place.
She looks at you pacing back and forth a bit, and she kind of, in her mind, just sees you like kind of conspiracy theorying, right? She kind of just gives Roger a look like, what do
You know, have you considered uh asking Flubber if he can do anything about cleaning?
I already know he's going to help. It doesn't
I
really
will
make.
absorb the ashes.
Yeah, you can start there.
He bounces out in cube form, and already you hear the slurp and slurp sounds as he moves across the ashen floor.
Ah, now I
This will only
remember
take
why
a
I didn't
few.
want to ask.
The Roomba.
Well, Irina takes the mop and puts it into the bucket, and she says, "All right, well." She rests it to the side. We got any water basins around here?
Paul just looks at Flubber.
Barbara looks back and said, "I'm afraid I don't have enough volume within myself in order to produce a whole bucket yet, my lady. I apologize."
Oh,
It's all right. Pretty sure there's got to be a water basin or two around here.
I mean, there's a bathroom if that counts. Looks like one there.
Yeah, we'll start there.
I don't even know if we have water. Paul's gonna go over to the sink and try to see if he can get any water running.
You do see a little water basin sink there, but it looks like it only produces a tiny stream of water and not a really large one. So trying to fill out a pot or anything would take forever. It seems like something's blocking the pipes.
I miss the city.
You see Irina in the corner just whispering to you, Roger. It's like, is he always like that?
He's just a little stressed out. Don't worry about it.
You could have Kanan control the water.
That works too.
Kanan seems to be busy trying to learn piano.
Oh, fuck you, bitch.
Okay, so is Kanan resting on the sofa for a long rest?
No, I changed my mind, cause if he'd be sleeping for hours or something when everybody's cleaning up. So, uh, yeah, it wouldn't make sense for him to do a long rest right now.
If you guys
So,
want to pass time cleaning up this place, you can also roll together for like a cumulative. Let's see, what kind of roll do I want to make? A cleaning up roll.
okay,
Let's see.
where's the kitchen? I can't see shit.
To the left.
I am
Oh,
at
you
the left.
Kanan just walking into doors and walls.
Excuse you, I'm
Right
not
here.
blind. Right? Oh, oh. Lord have mercy. What did you do?
Thanks.
To be
Like
fair, we were running for our lives.
it's like King Dice when he sees a pile of ash. What did you do?
You see, Irina comes in with a filled up bucket and also a little broom handle that has like a sharp point at the end. Hey, so I got a bucket, and the other thing is for a doll if we find one. Oh, hi, Kanan.
Uh, I. Why the fuck is the kitchen in such a desolate state?
She looks over to Paul.
I was trying to set a woman on fire,
You what?
To be fair, she was like a sack of meat more than a woman.
and she
Isn't that
really
all
wanted my
human?
blood and my skin and all of me, and I didn't want that.
Oh, self-defense. I can get with that.
Okay, so,
Creepy as hell.
how are you gonna clean all this up?
You guys want to help?
Uh, well, since you're volunteering, what do you need me to do?
Well, she points over to the brooms. Guess we can just start mopping up this floor.
Uh-huh. Where's the water?
Right here. She takes out the bucket that she filled.
Okay. So he's. Wouldn't it be a mop instead of a broom, Max?
Yeah, it's a mop. Sorry, I meant
A
mop.
mop. My. Alright, so Kanan's gonna take mop.
Paul's gonna look at Kanan and be like, "Do you know any protection spells?
Protection spells. What do you mean?
Protection spells. Things to, protect objects or people from weird, creepy stuff."
No, but what is it exactly you're looking for?
I need a spell on the oven.
A, a spell on the oven. Um. Okay. Do you need me to look in the oven for you?
I already looked in the oven. I just need a spell around it.
It's his version of checking under the bed for monsters, you know.
I can poke
Um.
this thing in there if it helps. She, Irina just holds up the little pointy end of a broom that she made with her knife.
Paul's gonna be like,
I.
"Uh, that's a start."
You
You
want
see,
me to
she walks out
cast
in.
magic?
Sure, whatever puts a protection spell on the oven. I don't want to be in here and then a doll just walks out of it.
Jesus, man. If you want me to look for it, just say so.
I am saying so.
Okay, so he is going to look through the oven to see if there's anything sus.
Just imagine this giant dragonborn climbing halfway into an oven.
You look into the oven and you don't find anything particularly suspicious. It looks like a regular oven.
He comes back out with soot all over his face. There, nothing. And he kind of coughs as he shakes the soot off of his face.
Irina looks over to Falmouth. Hey, you're a paladin type, right? Think you can bless this?
Yeah, ain't a bad idea.
You really want him to bless the stove?
Irina just sort of gives you a look, Kana, and says like, just go on.
She doesn't even know why.
Irina
Okay.
just gives you a really big pair of pleading eyes and just please just play along.
I don't have the spell
Oh,
prepared for that
okay.
portion.
Okay, alright. I'll do it. I'll do it. Kanan just, like, kind of just rolls his eyes. For all things. And he kind of, closes his eyes and claps his hand. And he casts
It's the most,
Bless
it's the
on the
most,
stove.
the most. Okay, I'm gonna need you to deliver a really passive aggressive blessing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, great Bahamut, please protect our tiny one from being scared of things that go bump in the night. And he kind of rolls his eyes as he casts Bless on the stove.
Paul is just staring at Kanan with a deadpan look.
Did that that help? Arena looks over to Paul.
Sure.
I mean, I blessed it. What do you want? What more do you want?
It's fine. That's at least one thing out of the way.
Look, man, the oven is safe. There's nothing in there,
If I find
and
one,
it's got
I'm
magic
putting it in
inside.
your bed.
Yeah, no.
Hey now, well, let's all just work together, all right?
Uh-huh. And he's gonna dip the mop into the bucket and start to mop the floor.
Let's see what. I'm still thinking what kind of check I want to make this because cleaning is
Acrobatics?
acrobatic. Shit.
Uh, survival. No.
Survival.
I mean, survival kind of makes
Hey,
sense.
hey, a dirty house leads to depression. It could be survival.
Okay, how about this? You guys, if you have your own unique ways of cleaning, if you can explain to me why a skill check, a specific skill check for what you're doing makes sense, you can roll for that specific one you want to roll.
Okay.
Oh, I like this.
Well, Paul's would probably be perception because he would be cleaning it from top to bottom.
Okay, go ahead and roll for perception for you first, Paul.
Paul's so freaked out he gets a frickin' one.
Paul, you prepare a little getup for yourself using materials you're able to find in the kitchen, and you're set up in complete like you have a cloth mask over you, looking like a bandit, but you also have an apron over, and also a little handkerchief that you're using to cover your hair, and
Yes.
you're meticulously trying to clean every little detail of the table that you're near. And it's a sort of scene where you're scrubbing a lot, and then you see him just kind of big-eyed, like magnifying glass, looking at it, and then scrubbing it some more.
Yup, there it is.
Okay, next person.
Okay. Kanan is going to. Would it be Arcana or would it be Religion? Because he's gonna use magic to clean the floor.
What kind of magic?
Uh, Let me see. La 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 la. Transmutation.
Yeah, let's go
Control water.
Arcana. Let's
Okay.
use Arcana.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go with Arcana.
Nice. Using the skills taught to you from Odalia, you use your control water to manipulate some of the water from the bucket, and you wash over the soot and ash on the floor back and forth, kind of like a wave hitting the shore.
Dang.
Okay, next person.
Well, Roger's probably going to be climbing on top of things and getting like the top, like cleaning out the tops and stuff, making sure there are no
Doll.
dolls.
Acrobatic, right?
Acrobatics. Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I cannot believe this.
You go up to a really high cupboard shelf that's near the ceiling that's hard to reach by anyone that's not tall. Using your acrobatic skills, you're able to get a foothold on there, mountain climbing style. But as you're opening the cabinet and hovering over it with your eyes, you think for a mere second, you catch in the corner of your eye the very same visage of the burnt doll that haunted Paul, and it scares you to the point where you fall down on your ass from up high, and
Oh hell no.
big thud rings out in the room.
Ah hell no, I don't like that.
Uh,
Are you okay?
Don't
Shit.
like what?
You alright?
Maybe Paul's got point.
Huh?
All the blood just drains from Paul's face.
It kind of looks like there's a doll up there.
There's a what?
A
Almost just gonna,
doll.
Irina
almost.
takes Irina takes out a little shiv, broom handle. She got. I got this.
Falmouth,
Why
Falmouth,
don't
would
you?
you mind looking?
Why don't you just let this the tallest here check and with no risk of falling?
All right, but
He likes to feel
no.
tall.
Irina, Irina just does a little stabbing motion with the broom handle. Let me know if you want
Irina
support.
wants to fight.
It's the only way she knows how to help.
Uh,
All right,
um,
Almith, what are you gonna be doing?
I mean, he's gonna be checking. I mean, he's 7 feet tall, so he should at least have an easier time looking and not falling on his ass. At least.
Go ahead and roll for perception.
I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought you were going to say that Roger climbed up there and then couldn't get back down like a cat.
Oh!
You you look through the cabinet, Falmouth, and you don't really spot anything. Just miscellaneous containers of what looks like to be old pickled food,
It's just food.
and yeah, go ahead.
It's just food.
When you turn your head to face them, when you aren't looking, it kind of looks like a singular doll eye looks out from behind your horn at all the others, and you hear a loud audible gasp come from Irina.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, okay. What are you guys cringing about? I need to see this.
Please tell me you're not screwing with me.
He's gonna drop the water on the floor and he's just gonna reach an arm out and look in the cupboard.
Wait, Paul, where are you going?
I'm going for a walk.
I
Oh
was
my
getting
god!
as far away as he can.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He wasn't bullshitting.
Kane's gonna look in the cupboard.
What do you see? And
Uh,
you can okay. Since you're a man of the cloth, Mel, I'm going to give you the chance to either do a religion check or a perception check, whichever one you want.
man of the cloth. Okay, let's see here. Uh,
You hold up your holy symbol and you scan over it through the cabinet, and you don't seem to sense anything off.
Oh, we should have had you bless the cabinet instead.
I re-rolled that. Okay, I don't see anything. Like, guys freaking about.
I just imagine
I,
every
I'm
single
telling you.
person seen this doll except for Kate.
And Falmouth, you didn't see it
the,
either.
the only holy men in your party, and they can't see the horror. That's some
Uh,
comedy of errors.
I'm telling you, there was a doll in there. Irina saw it. Paul saw it. Don't like that.
I did see it. I did see something stare back at me. Are you sure there wasn't anything in there that was like a toy?
Not that I saw.
can I
Okay,
cast light inside the cupboard?
Sure.
that's a good idea.
Alright, alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shed some light on the situation, and there will be no doll. Got it? So,
Irina,
he's. Go ahead.
Irina just looks over to you. It's like, was that a joke, old man?
He's not that
Of
old.
course, I'm not old. He
She
kind
sort
of
of
taps her on the leg with his tail from retaliation. And he opens the cupboard and he's going to cast light.
okay. You cast light, and it's almost like a flashbang straight into the little cabinet,
Mhm.
which makes Irina look away for a sec, leaving the Dragonborn able to stare at it. You get it?
Stare at what?
Is there anything in there? Did anything pop out?
Uh, Max, what do I see?
You don't see anything pop out. You just see a very, very well lit cabinet right now.
Child, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. There's nothing in here. Are you freaks pulling my leg or something?
It feels feels like we're gaslighting the shit out of Paul.
All right, hang on a minute. Can Roger like I don't know pull over a box or something and look at it again?
Yeah, you can prop up some boxes in order to look at it.
He's gonna grab like a spatula or a ladle or something nearby.
Irina says, "No, here." You a little broom. He gives you the
Oh
little
my god.
broom with the shiv.
Good idea. Thanks.
Kanan's gonna stand behind him in case he falls again.
Okay, what should I be rolling for investigating this cabinet again to see if I can see the stuff?
What do you plan on doing in the
Um,
cab?
basically, he's gonna look in the cabinet, and if there's stuff in the cabinet, kind of move it around with the stick,
Okay,
like looking.
you can roll for investigate.
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry.
This has become a ghost hunt.
Right.
Dooby dooby doo ew.
You poke around in there with your little spatula, uh, not even thinking about the fact that you might be pissing off Paul in your mind by getting the spatula dirty. But you start slapping stuff around in there, and you don't feel anything. But the minute you hit a specific clang sound, you're like, you look, and it just seems to be a container. And then all of a sudden, you feel something pulling the spatula and your hand in.
Oh, I do not like that. He's gonna try to pull back.
Fuck, what are you doing?
There's someone's
Uh,
got a hold of it.
the minute you pull back out, Roger, you seem to pull some sort of creature with you, and it lands right on Kanan's face.
Wait, what landed on his face?
A creature.
What?
The music.
I'm a what the hell?
You hear Irina scream out loud as she sees some sort of doll just clutching onto your face, Kanan.
Oh god, he's going to like thrash about all crazy like dude. But get this thing off me!
Stand still!
Roger being a dumbass, just trying to smack him with a spatula. It's coming on his face.
Can you pull this thing out and just swing a spatula at him?
Roll for Roger. You roll for AC, and Mel, you roll for evasion.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Okay, so that's just a regular d20.
Yeah. Well, sorry. You roll for Dex save.
Dexterity. Dex, okay.
And I'm rolling a 1d20, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is the fucking music.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Placey,
This is
let the dogs out.
this is a
Okay.
travesty.
God.
Jesus Christ.
All this and Paul's not even there to see it.
I imagine Paul's hearing the ruckus just like, oh no, they found a doll.
Paul is just walking
Music.
further away from the kitchen until he can't hear anything.
Just, no, just look at Cookie Butt.
We're gonna put Paul all the way.
Max, what?
He's in the room with the piano and shit. Yeah.
What is this? What?
What is this fucking music?
This is the music that was used for the bitch coming after us.
Yep.
I know, but what is it?
It's from Haunting Ground.
Oh.
I'd say it's
Oh my
perfect
god.
for a scared doll jumping on the holy man's face.
Oh my god.
I feel like this is the D&D equivalent of that of a Tumblr post being like this entire post is a train wreck.
It started with conspiracy. Is that meme with the conspiracy theories on the wall and his Paul?
Oh my god. It's all dolls.
Oh, another theory on why Cubone was born.
Why Cubone was born?
I mean, yes.
That's a new one for me.
This music is disturbing.
You want to turn it off? I felt it appropriate for the oh shit moment.
Oh,
Mhm.
it's very.
The statue, right? Forgot about that enemy in freaking Elden Ring. Again, I love the fucking comedy of errors in this, where the two holiest men of the party couldn't fucking see it, and now it
Now it's
happened.
on his face. You
All
know,
this,
I feel like
all this
Paul just
between.
went to the.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was like, I feel like Paul just went to a fainting couch. Like,
I mean, there is a perfectly good fainting couch on the right side.
it's true.
No, he's just sitting on the floor in a corner of the room.
This is
Oh, he's on the floor. I figured he'd be up in a chair where it couldn't get him.
just rocking back and forth. This is literally the next step up from doing bed checks.
Yep.
Yes, next, Roger's gonna be terrified because something's gonna grab him from under the bed.
Roger's just like, why? Every little corner of every place here.
This kitchen is gonna be well earned.
I mean, now you're gonna have to convince Paul to actually go back to it.
It's really funny because there's this one sound effect in this song, and it just sounds like somebody whipping something back and forth. And all I can think of is just the sound of the spatula.
it's you
Okay.
it's you trying to fucking whack Kaden with a spatula right now.
Yep.
It's like you're trying to get a fly on him. Okay, welcome back, Blaze. So, Mel rolled a 4 on her dex check, and Shrine rolled a 15 on AC. So immediately, Kanan, while you're thrashing about in a desperate attempt to help you, uh, Roger slaps you right on the fucking face with a spatula,
Wait, but
right as
isn't Kaden's AC
right
18?
as right as the doll is jumping off of you.
Wait, but isn't Kaden's AC 18? So it's still miss.
No, because this is the dex save moment, and he was being blocked vision wise by the doll. So this is a different kind of roll.
But that doesn't affect AC. You had him go against AC.
This was the regular D20 rolls anyway, so it works. If I meld a
Kaden is going to rub the place where Roger smacked him, and he's like, "Dude!"
you have like a
And he,
square shaped like mark on your face now.
oh,
Roger's just gonna be like, Jake, can you get after that thing?
Right away, ma'am. He hops out of your bow and starts rolling after the doll, and you see the skitter scatter sounds as the doll is on all fours and crawling out of the room.
Oh, that's great.
Let me see if I
Gotta
can
go.
find. I think I can
Go.
find a. I think I can find a good token for this. Hold on.
This music is creeping me out.
That means it's doing its job. Wait, where was it? There. Wait, no, that's a bear. Never mind. Come on, there's got to be a creepy doll in my possession somewhere. Yeah, let's go with this.
Oh no. Oh!
Yeah, you see it skitter scatter out of the room frantically, almost as if it's trying to find something or someone.
Roger's just following after her with a spatula.
Okay. Oh, it. uh, so Kanan and Roger, you guys are chasing it. Vomit, what are you doing?
He's just, he's just like staring and just like, uh, he's just gonna chase after the thing.
I just imagine Irina is just standing there. She's the only one left in the kitchen and is just like, I just wanted to apologize to him.
Really? That is what's happening.
Also her. It really was a doll.
Uh, Kanan and Roger, you can roll for athletics.
Oh boy.
Where's my thingamajigger? Athletics.
Oh no.
Up, roll. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, no.
Wow. This is some shenanigans.
You tried to do your best to chase after this doll, but you still feeling the sting on your face, Kanan. You're a little bit you're a little bit dazed as you're trying to run out to chase after it. And Roger, your coughing from getting sick is starting to slow you down a bit as the creature begins running on all fours out of the room.
Fallen just breaks into a run after it.
Blaze, what are you saying?
Fallen just breaks into a run after it.
Okay, you could roll for athletics too, Blaze.
Roger's gonna yell like so Paul knows something's up.
12. Nice. You're able to catch up to here, but the creature is still ahead.
Where is it currently?
You're able to catch up to it here.
Okay.
And you see it starts heading towards the piano room. What would you like to do?
Let's see.
Music is disturbing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
Doing it now.
Oh no.
Oh, nice. Okay. I thought. Okay. You throw your javelin out, and it strikes the creature right through its torso. But even as it struck through, you kind of see it kind of spinning around weirdly on your javelin, seeming like it's trying to spin itself out.
Bitch, pole dancing.
I mean, he's just gonna make it the javelin just like fly back to him since it is returning javelin.
You have the javelin fly back towards you, and you see the creature takes out its arms and opens its mouth, and it's trying to bite you on the way back. And on the other, as that's happening on the other side, you see Irina break out. Like, I'm here. I'm here. Where is the?
Kanan is kind of just table because he's still dizzy from getting smacked.
Roger, you need to work on your
What you saying, Blaze?
Roger, you need to work on your aim.
Look, I'm trying.
You're holding what is basically like a rabid animal in your hands right now, Fulmus. What do you want to do as it's like still trying to scurry about and bite you?
Um, it's more or
You,
less
you hear Irina call, "Kill it!"
that's what I'm trying to do. That's a good question. I'm just trying to think of how I can even do so. I guess throw the javelin towards the um fire place. Just try and throw it into, just to try and like make it fly off into the fire.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it.
I swear to God, if you felt this roll and it hits Irina, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
I mean, I'm aiming it specifically in this direction, so it's not going to hit her if I go in like this angle.
Yep. Roll for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! I was gonna say if that landed on the nat one. No, that was so close too. All right, nice. You toss it towards the flames of the fireplace, and some flames crackle out as Irina is taken aback by it, and as she sees the demon burn inside the fireplace. A loud shriek comes out of the fireplace, so loud that you're able to hear it where you are, Paul. What do I do? What do I do?
You're fine, Irina.
And you see a little doll hand, kind of like Terminator style, like. Oh!
So sticking its hand out of the fireplace. Roger's gonna run over with that fucking stick shaver.
Irina and you work together as you hold the stick together and you stab it at the heart of the beast. You hear a loud as
The fuck?
the beast gets stabbed right in its little doll body again, and you stake it to the other end of the fireplace, and you hold it there while it burns for real this time.
What is going on?
Why is it nothing in this house wants to die on the first hit? Like, why does this keep happening?
Oh my god! Oh my god! It was real.
Yeah, it was real.
Oh my god! You see, Irina just sort of falls on her ass. Oh my fucking god!
Kyle.
Paul is going to be standing in the doorway looking at everybody. How long have we been here?
According to Esmeralda, we were here for 30 minutes before they arrived. Not sure how long it's been since then.
How long have we been in wherever the fuck we are?
I mean, Barovia.
Yes.
At least a week.
Then can somebody tell me why none of y'all listen to me?
Ain't it just falling back because he's still dazed?
Fucking spatula.
Roger's just gonna go over and hug Paul.
Irina goes over to Kanan. Yikes! You need a number on you.
I'm fine. I'm
You
fine.
sure?
I'm okay.
I've never seen a man slap that hard. Hold on, you might have a concussion.
Yes, Ma.
Says the older man.
Hey! Stop.
Oh, doggy.
Yeah,
Hold on.
they're being a bit
Naughty.
Dang. At least you're already. She runs a little fingers gently over your spatula mark. Hey, at least you're already red.
Mhm.
You're funny, lady.
Are you okay?
He's still like barely like screwed up.
Oh, holy shit! You might have concussion. We need a bed.
There's a couch in this way.
You see Irina say underneath her breath as she holds Kanan by her arms. Jesus Christ, those barred arms.
Oh,
What did
honey.
you say?
Oh, honey, it ain't from bar being barred.
Oh, god damn it!
What's wrong?
You guys are supposed to be my bodyguards.
I mean, we're trying.
She looked over at Falmouth. Hey, mind giving me a hand?
Shara, we're having steak tonight.
I'm guessing Blaze is like AFK for his dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we can wait till he comes back.
Okay.
Right?
Turn that crazy ass music over.
Do you want me to put the music back on?
No. What
I
the
think it's safe to say.
fuck?
Yeah.
Not you.
I think it's safe to say that we should probably check like every single fucking cabinet in this place.
I need a place to get chickens.
Are you sure you want chickens from here?
They seem to be the only thing I can have as guard dogs.
Wow. Me and Irina killed that thing. What are you talking about?
You see Jake kind of roll into the room as he rolls up to you, uh, Roger, and he goes, "I have failed, my master. Punish me if you wish."
He's just gonna pick him up and be like, "Look, we all failed today." Suck this.
I still can't believe Roger slapped the shit out of Kanan. He literally has concussion.
My God.
Clackety clack.
Yeah, sorry, that's just my loud ass typing. Freaking Roger just rocking back and forth in the corner while like all these noises and like shit is happening in the other room.
Paul's just like, no, 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 no.
See, Paul's half that, but at the same time, he's like, why don't they listen to me? Every single time. Why don't they listen to me?
You know, if that doll had come through that door, Paul would have immediately magic missiled the
Oh,
shit
yeah,
out of it.
absolutely. He would have done that and then immediately, like, ran and climbed up on top of the piano or some shit.
I'm sorry, but the first thing I thought you were gonna say was him like climbing up the curtains, like a cat. Those Diablo fries helped a lot.
Nice.
Wish I had Diablo fries. I had to forcibly fucking clear up my sinuses.
Oof.
At least y'all can blow your noses.
Yeah, he can't even do that.
Wait, why not?
I have some sort of like skin flap in my nose. They tried to take it out
Ooh,
when I was 7, but I gave the doctor a black eye instead.
Jesus.
That's also why I won't leave the house and do COVID tests because it's literally traumatizing. Um,
He can't have anything up his nose. Yeah.
but
Damn.
but essentially, whatever it is, when I like blow my nose or when I like if I just have one of those cough sneezes, then it pops and then I get a nosebleed for up to an hour, and it usually is severe enough that I'm soaking a bed sheet or some shit in blood.
God,
So I'm like, that's lovely.
Yep.
that is terrifying. I mean, I had a fear of needles, but thankfully I can get over it so long as I'm not looking at them doing it.
Yep, same.
Unless it's your T shot, and then you can't do that
Oh,
because that's a weekly thing. So he anticipates it, and you have to do it at home. So
I don't know if
I was gonna ask like, what do they make you look or something?
no, you have to do it at home, which means either I have to do it or he has to do it,
Oh, okay. I was
and
gonna,
he anticipates it all week.
and so I
I
got
was gonna
freaked
say,
out.
I was
So
gonna
that's
say,
why he's on the oral meds.
I was gonna say sadistic ass doctor. I'm not gonna start until you look at it.
No. I don't know if I ever even told any of you guys like my actual reaction to dolls in regards to being scared of them.
I think you have, yes.
Hmm.
What the hell was that?
It was the doll.
It's a doll. It just opens its mouth.
Opens its mouth and
Whoa!
whoa! Sorry about that.
Welcome back,
Welcome
Blaze.
back, Blaze.
Oh,
Oh,
we can hear
we can hear
ourselves.
ourselves.
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
guy.
that's a big echo. Just a second.
Omelette au fromage.
Is that what Kanan's saying? What he's delirious?
You said like the doll makes that noise, and all I can think of is that sound effect of just
Ah.
doll just opens its mouth. That's the sound that comes out.
Ravenloft's a magical place where your worst fears haunt you.
Yep.
Now Roger's gonna have to do extensive exposure therapy to get him back in the kitchen. But are you good?
Paul.
Roger.
Paul.
Roger's gonna have to perform therapy for Paul in order to get him back into the kitchen.
I mean, Roger would probably literally start cleaning out all the cabinets in the kitchen, put everything on the ground, like look through everything. He'd be like, "Oh no, not letting that happen again."
Yeah, probably for the best.
Are you good, Blaze?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. You good, Mel?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so we can get back into this.
Mhm.
Uh, Irina looks over to you as she's trying to carry a delirious Kanan to the couch room. Hey, you mind giving me a help, big guy?
Sure.
Kanan looks towards Falmouth as he approaches. Ah, my lightning queen.
Ooh, yeah, not even gonna touch that.
I think he's mistaking me for his late wife.
I didn't want to be the one to say it. Thank you.
Voma just Voma just picks him up and carries him towards something to lay him down on.
You see
Oh,
Irina
we're
walk into
playing like
the
that
room.
tonight. Okie dokie.
Yeah, you see Irina walk to the piano. I was like, just how hard can you slap? Dear God.
Well, I mean, struggle a little bit.
I mean, considering his services, I would think that there are some people who would be into that sort of thing.
Yeah, it takes a lot of arm strength getting up a pole.
I'm not going to ask. So please do not tell me.
Okay. And Falma just sets Kanan down gently onto the couch. Just
Well,
let him
this
lay down.
this bed ain't gonna fit the two of us.
He's gonna need something to put him out for a sec.
I mean, I'm
You wanna?
willing and able, but yeah, we might break it in the process.
All right, Jesus
I
Christ.
oh, this is delightful.
This does not get back to Odalia at all. We don't need her getting even more angry at him.
I mean, you sure about that? I think she'll get a kick out of this.
No, she wouldn't.
Well, whatever the case, somebody keep him from moving too much, please.
I mean,
He's
you can
gonna
always just
kind of.
sit on him.
Irina just looks over his head condition, looks like, oh damn, you did slap him pretty hard.
And he's kind of like conks out after licking Falmouth's hand.
Yep, there you go.
Guess you're gonna get that long massage, huh?
And before he conks out, you taste spicier than usual. He kind of conks out.
Oh, that raises so many questions.
Oh, that's
Well,
hilarious.
well, she turns to Paul. How are you?
Paul is just looking at her. How do you think I am?
Well, look, we killed it. Um, should be safe now. I'm sorry I didn't. You know what? Uh, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I believed you from the start.
I'm sure you did.
You you gonna be okay there? You kind of have that 1,000 yard stare going on.
I'm fine. He's just gonna smile
Ir-
at her.
Irina looks over to Roger.
He ain't fine. He's just shaking his head.
Paul's just gonna glare at Roger.
I wow, this is not how I wanted to do this, but better than late than never. Look, what happened back at Kyle's village? So sorry about that.
Paul's just gonna stare at her in silence for a minute.
Look, you don't have to say anything. Just I'm gonna go clean up your kitchen, right? And my spawny dolls, I'll stab them in their eyes. Okay?
Why would you think that right now I would be worried about anything that happened 5 minutes ago?
Okay. Good talk. He's kind of embarrassed. Just walks out.
Roger's gonna go with her. Help her with the kitchen.
Kanan is slowly but surely gonna wake up, gently rubbing his that smack part,
That
His face.
smack
Like,
part.
and he's
Wrong way.
clearly in pain. Ow.
Roger's also like, let me get out of here before getting
Hit me. And he kind of casts like healing word on himself to heal the indent on his head. Uh, who hit me? I would like to have words. Was it you? He kind of stares at Kane, Falmouth.
No, she's even anywhere near you at the time.
Okay. And he's gonna stare at Paul. Was it you?
I have a lot of reasons to hit you, but I did not hit you.
Paul just Paul just sitting there like a haunted old crone right now on a chair.
Then it must have been. What? I would like to have some words with fuck and kind of stands up and kind of
Roger,
stumbles
you
off the couch.
Roger, Roger, you find yourself sneezing very hard.
Oh my god.
Ah, where's it coming
Uh,
from, Mac?
when you return, though, you see Flubber with a rather enlarged cube form sitting in the corner as he lets out a little belch, and you see all the ash in his body already beginning to process.
Okay.
Oh, this does not taste good, but I have done it, my master. Well, my master's lover.
Oh, good
Gonna
job,
be
little buddy.
he's gonna be shitting. Yeah.
Do not be concerned. It will process and be purified within a matter of minutes. It is just an extremely painful process until then for me.
I'm so sorry.
Kanan's
Pain builds character, my lord.
Kanan's gonna slowly stomp his way back to the kitchen. Also, Leopold.
This isn't the appropriate time for peaceful music.
Da 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 da.
Karina looks towards Roger. You may not want to be here.
Yeah, yeah, I got that. I'm just gonna.
Stomp,
Uh,
stomp, stomp,
just.
stomp,
Behind the clock.
stomp, stompy stomp.
Like Mr. X.
Mr. X stomp.
Okay, okay, but you hear the thumping, and then all of a sudden you just hear a loud bang because he's passed back out.
He tripped over something. No. And then he slowly gets back up. Stomp.
What the- Hey, you're not supposed to be up yet. Look, you hit
Hey.
yourself very hard.
Oh, so you know who hit me then? He kind of leans back down with a
Oh,
very
I,
large, toothy grin.
like I'm pretty sure you bonked yourself on the head while you were struggling with that doll. Just take a breather, all right? Just sit down.
He's gonna. Can I roll for insight?
Yes.
This is gonna be interesting.
If there ever was a time to nat 20, this would be hilarious.
Oh man, if only. I've been getting a lot of ones.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
an 18 is still
oh
pretty
my
good.
god.
Yeah, you clearly you're clearly able to tell that she's covering for someone.
So
And
go
you
ahead.
all you also see what looks like to be kind of ashen covered footsteps leading out the back door.
Kanan
Prince.
kind of puts both his arms in between the doorway as if to block her way, and he
Uh,
slowly moves closer.
what are you doing?
You're lying. And he takes a step closer.
Whoa, okay.
Kanan done
Okay,
gone chaotic.
that clearly the hit on his head kind of did something. So he's
Who is this person? Irina just says, I, I'm not lying.
This is Kanan on a good day.
Kanan is slowly gonna put his nose right at her face.
Uh,
I
this is
can tell when you're lying.
this is highly uncomfortable.
So if it wasn't you, then it
Oh,
must be the tiefling.
Hey, like I said, the spatula fall just fell on you with how much thrashing about you were doing.
Right. With so much force that it leaves a dent on my face.
It can happen. We just saw a doll come to life, man.
just
Nice.
it just occurred to me that Roger can't sneak for shit, mostly because he's got hooves. He's the only party member with them.
He's gonna be going clickety clack.
Irina
So,
just kind of stands in his way to try and cover the side of the hoof tracks. Look, just sit down, all right? You're hurt bad.
I'm not hurt. I'm feeling great.
You
Roger's just leaning his back against the door, listening, like, oh,
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
So, if it wasn't you, then it must be fuck. For which I must have a conversation with
look, just calm down and help me clean the kitchen.
right after I talk to fuck. And he's going to gently try to push her out of the way. Oh my goodness. I'm just improving this.
That's the point.
Irina gets shoved out of the way.
Be back, milady.
Hey, you're just going towards the secret lab that plays all sorts of freaky.
Oh, I've seen Freaky. He's
And
gonna look for tricks.
Roger, I'm gonna need to roll for stealth.
Oh my god. Hang on.
Well, there should be some creepy ass stalking music or something.
Dun dun dun.
Yes. How about y'all?
Church bells and everything.
Luckily, you were stealthy enough to kind of duck into the closet without giving away more tracks to yourself leading to the closet.
Kanan is going to sniff. Gonna sniff for Roger.
Go go ahead
Trying to
and
find
roll.
trying to
Go
find
ahead,
the smell of trying to find the smell of brimstone since he's a demon.
yeah, go ahead and roll for perception.
Okay. Sorry guys, I'm totally derailing.
No, you're
No.
fine.
I mean, this is a
Oh,
chill.
Oh,
no, 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 no. I'm rerolling that. I'm
you're
using my.
using
Too
inspiration.
late.
Yes, I am. Yes, I
You're
am.
using
Fuck.
inspiration for this.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. All
Go
right,
ahead.
so
Go ahead.
that's fucking bullshit. We're not having. All right.
You distinctly smell the smell of brimstone coming from nearby. You can't tell by the tracks, but the smell doesn't lie to you. Someone's here, and they're very
Uh,
close.
I
This became a
smell
horror movie. Roger, all of a sudden.
This is
brimstone.
the second time he's been chased horror movie style.
Where are you? Where are you, my little devil?
It's a combination of this man suffering from a fucking concussion and just
Yeah, something kind of fucked him up. You hurt him pretty bad. Is he in here?
you don't
Hmm.
see anyone in there. Just the wash, another bathroom.
Not in here. Is there anything up here? Nope, just a wall. Alright. Alright, then he's gonna go down here
And this is
and look
why,
through this door.
afterwards, Roger always wears socks
Kane
Roger,
is
to
probably gonna
muffle the
open the
hooves.
door.
you
The
open up.
second,
Oh, go ahead.
the second that door opens, Roger is climbing on top of the cabinet next to him.
Go ahead.
Climb
Roll for acrobatics.
Oh my god.
Oh no. You're unable to climb up in time before he opens the door and sees you climbing up.
There you are. Why would
Now,
you run away from me?
now look, I was trying to get the doll off your face.
He kind of shows his teeth, licking his lips.
All I can picture is Roger is crouched down on top of this fucking cabinet, pointing down at Kate.
Meanwhile, Falm is like, "I'm out."
I mean, you said that Falmouth and Kane had found the bathhouse, and then this whole derail happened. So
Kanan is going to reach out and grab Roger
Roger, what do you
and
want to do?
attempt to pull him closer.
Roger's gonna attempt to stay right on top of this cabinet.
Come here.
Roll for dex save, Roger.
Just up on this cabinet and just like, no, I don't think so.
And okay, now Mel, you can roll an opposed dexterity check.
Okay. Dexterity check. Do. My dexterity's my worst stat. Oof.
You try to reach out and grab Roger, but he's squirrely. He's like doing his best to slink around your grasp every time.
He does have tiny little hoof legs.
Just fucking runs off and hides behind Paul.
You got nowhere to run, cutie. You might as well come down.
Oh my god, who is this person?
Look, you ain't in your right mind right now.
wonder who's responsible for that.
We just had a incident happen that no one was expecting. I was trying to help you, so I think maybe, just maybe, you ought to cool off a little bit before you do something drastic.
I know what's going on here. No one would hit me so hard if they didn't want to fuck me.
Irina just comes off the mind and just goes, okay.
Roger was first up here all tense and he says that and his shoulders just drop like, what the fuck?
Kanan? Maybe we should do some of that meditation practice.
Remember, Kanan likes shorter guys. Roger is his type.
Roger on Daddy's lap.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You
I
might
don't-
want to hit him again to knock him
I was gonna say.
Irina just said, I don't even know who I'm hearing right now, but maybe we should go calm down, yeah? I think Kyle still needs you.
Oh, Kyle card.
Yeah, remember Kyle? Cute little kid?
He kind of pauses for a moment. That
Irina
seems
just-
to, like, it's like he's like going in between dad mode, like, you know, like.
Irina just sort of gives Roger the eyes, like, fuck now.
like a stealing kid.
It's like dad mode and then daddy mode.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So yeah, he's kind of
Torn.
yeah, he's torn.
Yeah, come on, come with me. I'm sure Kyle's worried sick about you. He's literally sick. Come on. Come on, big guy. Come out here.
He takes a step back, and as the mentioning of Kyle's name seems to like snap him out of what kind of funk, kind of get him to chase Roger, and he's like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah, there you are. Yeah, here, buddy. Have I got some fun stories to tell you?
Roger's just gonna stay sitting up on top of this cabinet. He's gonna wait a little while.
Hayden's just gonna close the door. Um, what am I doing?
I think you were a little bit woozy still from our little kitchen tiffy. So why don't you come here and help me clean the kitchen a little, yeah? And maybe leave that closet alone. Yeah.
Um, what's with the closet?
You were just trying to check for brooms, but we already got plenty. Come on.
Uh, yeah, fair enough. And he's gonna go back to cleaning with Irina. Wow, that was. I didn't mean to make that mean. I'm sorry, Stride.
Oh no, this is fucking hilarious. I love it.
The first appearance of unhinged Kanan.
I
Roger's
feel
also
so
like,
bad.
I mean, if you were in your right mind, I wouldn't say no. But you're a little messed up right now.
He's just gonna grab a mop and just slowly mop the floor, kind of humming to himself with a smile on his face.
You had Paul sitting in the corner, rocking back and forth with his arms around his knees. Now you just have Roger in a closet with his arms around his knees, like, what just happened?
Doesn't he want that red dragonborn tattoo?
Oh, he does, but not.
Not like that.
Not like that. He wants to at least be aware of what's going on.
Roger's like, this is what carousal feels
Oh, he's had that before, plenty of times.
like.
Yeah, with Bella.
Bella.
Okay. So in your exploration, going back to the room that you and Kanan had found, Falmouth, you find a floor at the top of the house that is essentially a bath.
Should we be seeing a black square?
Give me a sec. I think this is a camera situation.
Yeah.
Okay, Mel.
What she pose? Oh, this
Um, look in the text chat on roll 20.
oh, okay.
You love me.
Okay. Is everybody except for Blaze seeing a black box again?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
see.
Yeah. This is a cameraman situation. Give me a sec. Okay. So everyone looks like they're here, but they're not. So
Ooh, fancy.
as you're coming up here, Fulmouth, you already see Victor in the bath as he just sort of gives you a hand up and says, "Yo."
I guess you found this place first.
Don't know about found, but I saw clean water and I fucking dove
I bet he farted in it,
in.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
making bubbles.
I don't know if it's just a scales thing going on, but slightly feels better than water on human skin. I'll tell you that much.
yeah, that's been my experience in the past. So I'll definitely need to make use of this in a couple of nights from now.
Why? You got some kind of bo thing going on?
No, you remember Arnie, yes, and the curse they had.
I'm going to say yes.
Every month on the full moon, or when there is being when they feel very strongly emotionally, more so than typical, the curse would cause a change. Since
Uh,
I have taken up half of that cursed burden, I also have to do what he does. what they do.
This is what getting a fuck buddy will do to you.
Easy for you to say. You're asexual.
Hey,
I
whatever
think.
labels you want to put on it, all I'm saying is killing's a lot more simple when you don't got extra luggage around. Speaking of which, the fuck was I hearing downstairs?
Um, just an unpleasant remnant of the previous argument from the previous arguments.
Oh shit, you should have called for me.
We didn't even hear you first. How could you have even heard us?
He points at you, and that's the point.
God, you are useless.
Hey, say what you want, but I've been more than helpful in killing shit in the past. Anywho, uh, that part of your deal too. He points towards you, and your body is already beginning to change, similar to Arnie. You're getting a lot fuzzier per se in your more scaly parts of your hair, and your fangs are becoming more pronounced and more gator-like features coming across your face.
Is he becoming a
Um,
weird gator?
well, they didn't specify how it was going to take place, and Arnie didn't mention how he would change. The only thing I saw was he got very spiky and pointy. But
Yeah, well, take it from a guy who's known a few things about weird transformations. A quick bath probably helps.
He's like, get in the bath with me.
eh,
Yeah, Victor is full naked, by the way.
Ooh, does he have balls? What?
Does he have balls?
You're gonna have to ask Drake. That's not a
Drake
detail.
doesn't play anymore.
That's
I mean,
not
you
a
can
detail.
No.
always. I mean,
It's
you can
still
always send him a
technically his
DM.
character, so
You can
Okay.
also
technically,
send.
What did you say, Blaze?
You can always send him a DM.
Does he have balls, Max?
uh, I I guess if you want my opinion, I want to say sure. if,
Okay.
if we're
I
following the canon of what Fallmouth and Kanan have, you guys have balls, right?
Fallen those, yes.
yes.
Then yes, you would also
I
have.
love how this is a conversation.
This is adult D&D, baby.
Okay, okay, but to be fair, I haven't been able to draw anything.
So you want
Cause
to draw
yeah,
balls?
yes, I do, but I can't because my computer's broken.
And her Cintiq doesn't hook up to her laptop. She would need to get
Well,
a HDMI to DisplayPort adapter.
Oh, I'm
no,
so sorry.
it's a DVI to HDMI.
Oh,
Whatchamacallit? Yeah,
Unfortunate.
yeah.
And as your two are talking, you kind of hear wet footsteps behind you, Fallmouth, and out the door of one of the singular little spa rooms comes out a small boy that you're familiar with. He says, "Oh,
okay.
and you just hear the door close.
Um, Kyle, what are you doing out of bed?
No one named Kyle lives here.
I'm telling your dad.
What'd you say, Mel?
I'm telling your dad.
You're not my real dad.
Ooh, ooh. That just hit me once. Ooh.
Messiah game oof noise.
Yep.
Well, speaking of the kid, how long we gonna keep that around?
Wow.
What a dong.
Unknown, and I wouldn't really refer to a person as that.
Look, all I'm saying is, let's save ourselves some tears and all that good business by just getting the kid to wherever it is he needs to go, and then just moving on our way. You might think I'm a prick for it, but I've seen it happen before.
I mean, you're right. I do.
I've seen it happen before. I'd rather avoid any unnecessary business in such a fashion.
Do you have a stone for a heart, or is there just an empty hole there?
I don't know, man. You tell me. Now that I'm all scaly like this, sometimes when I burp, it feels like I have some kind of acid coming out.
But you're an emerald dragon. You have psychic breath.
Again, you tell me.
I mean, you're not a black. You're not a black dragonborn. You're not a copper dragonborn. You shouldn't have acid.
Maybe he has
Again,
heartburn.
he said, and again, more conversations we could be having if you can get your ass in this bath like a man. Come on.
Ooh, bro, he inviting you to.
He wants you.
Falmouth is very much getting onto the other side after getting. Well, he has to have it on his skin, so he does have to undress. So
Look,
Nude.
big fighter guy to other big fighter guy. What's your take on this whole deal we got going on, this group?
the group is capable, unusual, but capable.
Ooh, we're just gonna talk about each one of the members.
He
Is there
says,
anyone in particular you were thinking of as far as who you were asking about specifically?
"Oh, don't mistake this for some kind of gossip session. I'm just getting your take on this, because in the event that one of us goes down, we're gonna have to be able to fill out some roles."
Well, as far as the arcane, we can't really replace Paul all that easily. I mean, as a bard, Roger does have arcane magic himself, but it's not as versatile, I would say, as a wizard.
not as not as replaceable as a little fighter, right?
Yeah, martial fighters like ourselves are more dime a dozen in comparison.
You can go ahead and say it. You got that whole holier than thou thing going on with that red friend of yours. I'm just a simple guy that likes to knock heads together. It's like my father always told me, you're only good for one thing in life, and when you're done with it, well, I'll return to the dirt.
I'm just as replaceable as you are.
Doubt
I
it,
don't
but sure.
I don't I don't have the magical connection that Kanan does. I do have some magic, but I don't have it in the same capacity. I don't have the same healing abilities as he does.
You see Victor kind of splashes around the water a bit. Yeah, well, bet you anything if you ask them around who they'd rather have, I'm pretty sure they'll say you.
So, what's your intention? You plan to leave when we reach when we reach Velaki?
Who knows? But I'm sticking with this group as long as possible. It's better to fight with more numbers than few. As much ass as I can kick. We've already seen that vampire asshole can throw my ass across a room like nothing. So
He can do that to any of us, so that's not really a knock against you.
he shrugs. True, but for a guy who hunts monsters for a living, I'd rather not feel the embarrassment more than once. But say you go down next fight. What would you want to happen?
Well, considering blood is mostly water, I'll try and at least talk to Arnie one last time, even if I have to use my blood to trigger the catalyst.
Guessing that's some of that magic stuff, huh?
Something that Odalia gave to Kanan for him to keep in touch with her and myself to keep in touch with Arnie. Activates in contact with water, and as I said, blood is about I don't know, about 50% water, more even.
See, Victor struggles a bit. You're one of those thinker types, huh?
Maybe.
You remind me a lot of one of my siblings. You never really understand him. Always just stare blankly half the time, but when you ask him a simple fact about something, he can tell you an entire essay about it. Still, he lounges back against the outer rim of the bath for a bit. It's not a bad way to go out, I'd say. Hell, at least you got someone waiting for you, sounds like.
And what about you?
He seems to take a moment, but puts on a rather strangely introspective face you haven't seen him put before. Just me.
No one to convey a message to back to?
Well, anyone who probably cares probably expected it to happen. And even when it happens, probably won't make a difference. Not to anyone, at least. And it comes with the job. I'll bet you anything that cleric will be happy to see me go.
Oh, rude.
I don't think so. I think he finds you annoying, but I don't think he wants to see you dead.
I guess we'll find out the next time I need some healing, right? He lounges his head back and looks up at the ceiling.
Self-deprecation doesn't suit you, Victor.
Who says anything about self-deprecating? I'm fucking awesome. But I just
Or
know the truth. When you live a life like mine, it gets pretty singular. You see the bard running around with the wizard all happy like, that kind of life isn't for me. Never was, never will. Alright, well, if scales can get pruny, I think that's what I'm feeling right now, so I think that'll be it for me.
There,
He steps out of the bath and turns around. If I go down, and I mean down, down, I need you to promise me something, alright?
that being,
And I'll bonk you on the head if you tell any of the others about this.
well,
Alright?
of course, I'm quite good at keeping secrets.
Scene transition as this is kept a secret, as Kyle holds his ear up to the door.
Oh, brat.
oh, teleported.
Yep. We're back on the second floor, but let me spawn everyone back in their
Okay.
spots. You guys find yourselves meeting back up on the second floor after everything has settled down, with Irina giving out a big sigh as she says, "All right, well, I guess if no one wants to take the little room in the southwest, I'll go ahead and take it."
I was
Fine with
thinking of
me.
the room on the east side.
Hey, Paul,
Yes.
the kitchen's actually looking a lot cleaner. If you want to check it out later, no biggie. Just when you feel like it.
And I kind of beamed with pride, knowing that he helped clean it up.
No more
And
dolls.
no, I would have staked them all on a kebab for you to see if that happened. Get it? Cause doll kebab. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Irina, that was terrible. Irina, that was terrible.
You see here, Irina whispered, "I'm trying here."
That was a dad joke.
But I guess if you wouldn't mind, could you teach me how to? She kind of looks towards you, Roger, for support. Cook, I guess.
Roger's gonna kind of give a little nod, like, go on.
Paul immediately perks up. Yes.
Oh,
My own protege.
yeah. I know how to make a few snacks for myself back when
No,
I
you
was living
don't.
with this. Oh,
Wow.
okay. Wow. Sure. Go ahead and teach me the ropes. Are you free right now, actually?
Paul pauses. No.
All right. I'll be in my room. Just reach out when you're ready. She lets out a big yawn and stretches. We should probably retire for the night. Later, everyone. Good doll killing and all that. She runs into Falmouth and Victor on their way back from the bath. Oh, hey. You guys are smelling clean. You guys found the bathhouse, I'm guessing?
Up on the floor above us.
Perfect. I'll be definitely using that later. So comfortable being the only female in a group of guys doing that, by the way. Night.
Good night. That was weird.
Let's face it, this whole day's been weird.
Oh man, that was a good bath. Who smells like death?
We're still
Probably
gonna
all of us.
finish cleaning up the house.
Hey, nice. You go outside, you can find some fortifications I might have put up. Rather proud of how I put around a lot of the garlic cloves myself, if you don't mind me saying.
So that's where you were the whole time. Instead of,
Hey,
helping us clean up the kitchen.
hey, protecting the house is helping.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Kind of rolls his eyes.
Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and find a room next to the little princess over there. Might as well be close in case something goes down. And something will go down in a place this big, I'm imagining.
I mean, it technically already did, but
I mean, of the vampire kind, good cleric.
uh-huh.
He looks around. Where's the kid?
He should be asleep in this room up here.
No, he was just in the bathhouse with us.
What?
In a separate room.
Told you he wasn't gonna spend more than 5 minutes in that room.
Kyle?
Yeah?
Oh, sorry. Thought you were awake. Go back to sleep.
No
Hey,
problem.
Yeah, he's still in the room. What are you talking about?
I I know what I saw.
Roger's just shaking his head, like you're gonna fall for that. That's all. Let's stay in the book.
No, we literally both saw him up there.
No, no, no. Roger's saying that about Kyle being like, "Oh no, I was totally asleep."
Hmm.
Roger's just like, "I used to sneak out and shit. I know."
You
Oh.
snuck out for different reasons.
Hey, not always.
All right. Well,
So are all the rooms filled up?
no, you guys haven't chosen. Oh, well, I don't think Paul and Raj have chosen their rooms yet.
Yeah, we haven't chosen. I'm not sure actually what rooms are free? Question mark. We still haven't
Uh,
even. Wait a minute.
so
Hold
the
on.
room, so the room to the southeast, Falmouth is taking.
Yeah.
There's a room to the northeast.
Yeah, but say Roger's going to remember he's got that key.
Yeah, you can open that door now.
Yeah, he's gonna open that door. Uh,
There you go. Inside, you see what looks to be a rather large master bedroom, though it looks like the bed has been thrashed apart.
Someone had a wild night.
lovely.
I legit hate how small the screen is.
Sorry, Mel.
Yeah, I
Is there
know.
anything he
I'm
can
just
like?
bitching.
Like, is the bed literally broken, or is it just like trash? Like,
It's just trash, but it's still like standing. It's still perfectly working bed. It's just everything on it is like thrashed about. You see some papers on the ground too, looking like parts of journals or some sort of writing from a book.
he's gonna pick up some of those pages, take a look at them.
You see scattered bits of pages that looks discontinued because they're all from different parts of whatever entries they were from. It looks like frustrated tirades and writings from someone that was looking into the research behind these living flesh beings. And in one of them, you do hear the mention of the same thing Deirdre says, the perfect woman.
Roger's gonna
Perfect.
look at it and be like, "Yeesh."
Perfect. Okay, so let's see.
He's gonna go just stack those over on a table, like, I will deal with those later. There is a whole lot to unpack there, and I don't want to unpack it.
Unpack what?
Well, recipe for perfect woman. There you go.
Is this like a? This is a study room. Okay. See here. Oh, is this another hallway? The fuck?
I'll turn on Explorer mode just so it makes it easier on you guys.
Okay.
Now every room you guys have explored will stay updated on your map.
Okay. Oh, oops, sorry. Alright, so I guess Kanan will go into the room Kyle is in, just to watch over him. And he's gonna take a pillow from the bed
You
that
see
goes,
Kyle sleeping in bed, kind
Sleeping,
of
quote unquote.
turned away from you.
and he's going to, let's see, I guess he'll sleep on the chair, I guess. Before going to sleep, he's just gonna look at that tome he got from the genie.
When you open the tome, you uh, find that you're able to actually open it this time, first of all. Uh, and throughout, it looks like blank pages, but as you're scrolling through, the book itself takes you back to the first blank page, and instead a entry appears on it as if from nowhere.
That's kind of creepy. So I will look at the. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I am ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. But here, for my own remembrance, I record my tale of woe. For as the countless centuries pass, I fear even my own memory may one day begin to fade, as this curse takes everything from me. I feel evermore that I am sustained by hatred alone. I must try to remember my true purpose and the treachery of those who brought me to this.
Wasn't those
Uh,
first two lines what the cultists were chanting in the death house?
yep.
As you're reading this, you just hear really obvious fake snoring sounds coming from Kyle.
Kanan will gently like say, "I know you're not sleeping."
You you hear the snoring stop for a second as if by reaction, and then it begins to become louder.
You trying to snore louder just makes it more obvious.
And the snoring suddenly stops.
The faster you go to sleep, the faster you will feel better.
Can I can I get a snack?
What did he say?
Oh,
Can I get a snack?
oh my God.
Snack. Uh, let me see what I can find. And he closes the book.
Thank you.
Yep. And he closes the door behind him. Oh, whoops. I did not want to do that. Alright, there we go. Now, where's the downstairs? Is it right here? You
Yeah.
can't tell with this map. Okay. So he's gonna head downstairs and I guess head to the kitchen to see if there's anything edible that isn't like old or rotten or anything like that.
In the kitchens, you do find what looks like to be a sustained banana
Hmm.
that's still edible.
Okay. So
Peruvian bananas.
he's gonna take the banana and like sniff it to see if it's still good and not rotting.
Yeah, it smells fine to you.
Okay. Kind of shrugs and yeah, I guess this is fine. And he walks back up the stairs and ooh, excuse me, burp.
As you return towards the door, you can hear Kyle's voice coming through the other side faintly. Yeah. And then they defeated Bella, and then they saved me.
Kanan is gonna stop and listen. Hey, yo, what?
You try to hear more voices, but they come out as muffled. But Kyle, you catch another line from Kyle as he says, "I know, right? They're so cool."
I don't like that. No, I don't.
He's gonna try and listen in one more time before actually going inside.
You can roll for perception or stealth.
Yeah.
Either one.
Oh, it's stealth child. No perception.
Nice. You hear the last part of what he says clearly now. It says, "When can I see you again?"
Who's he talking to? Kind of says to himself, and he slowly opens the door.
You slowly open the door, and through the cracks, you see Kyle looking to the side as if he's addressing someone. but he looks towards the door as it opens.
Hey, who are you talking to?
Oh, um, I wasn't talking to anyone. Ooh, banana. Gimme.
Oh, we don't say gimme, 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 Kyle.
Sorry. If you didn't eat in my village, you didn't eat. Kind of habit. Sorry.
I see. But what do we say?
Oh, thank you.
Close enough. And he kind of hands him the banana.
He happily peels it away and starts eating it.
After you finish your snack, though, sleep.
I will.
And he's gonna go back to reading the tome. Clearly, still not tired yet, so he's gonna stay up a little while longer.
You try to peruse through more of the tome, but it seems like no more entries are appearing on it after the first one had appeared.
Oh, odd. Well, instead, he's gonna close the book and he's going to meditate.
And while that's happening, what's everyone else doing?
Roger is thoroughly taking apart this room to make sure there's no dolls or
Dolls.
anything else.
Paul is checking to make sure there's a lock on the door and the windows.
The door can be locked, yes, especially since you have the key. But out as for the windows, the only one that has a lock is the one up here on the north side, and that's the large window.
Great.
But Roger, from your inspection, you don't find any more peculiarities about this room.
Okay. Do I find anything like of note interesting?
Uh, from where you found the scattered notes, you do see what looks to be a rather disturbing figurine behind the changing room blinders here. Looks like
Mm-hmm.
a large mannequin of a woman dressed in garb.
So, Paul,
Yeah?
you ain't gonna like this too much.
I don't like any of this, but what is it?
There's a mannequin in here.
How big is this mannequin?
Are you asking me, or is that Paul
Y-
asking?
no, you.
It's basically yeah, like normal human sized.
It's like a dressmaker's dummy.
Yeah,
Kind of
basically.
dealio.
Paul's gonna look in the closet, walk in, pick up the mannequin, take it to a window, and throw it out.
Do you open the window first, or do you just?
Yes.
I love you because it's immediately what I thought of doing.
That, that's the lost window.
Okay. Then whichever window is available and
That
open.
one. You can open that one yourself.
Okay.
They're just gonna throw the mannequin out the window, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah, you hear a large thrash sound as it hits the grass and dirt outside.
Paul's gonna look at Roger. Problem solved.
I can't argue with that. Roger's just gonna kind of look out the window, make sure the thing is still there and not moving.
Yep, it's still there on the grass and dirt.
Just gonna like, you better stay there. And it's just gonna shut the window.
As you look out through the room more, you do find one last note that was hidden underneath the bed.
What does it say?
It has one singular diary entry, and it looks like it was dated and timed for just a day or two before you guys had made it to this place. And the entry reads, Yet another failure I am forced to dump into this hellhole I call trash dump. And in another paragraph, you read uh, the perfect woman can and will be achieved. I have the means, I have the necessary form, body, flesh. I can even give it a mind. But the mind often slips into what can only be described as insanity. But nevertheless, I strive on. The secret lies in the soul.
Roger's just gonna be like, yeesh, and he's gonna show it to Paul. This is what I'm talking about.
Paul's gonna take it and throw it out the window. Then he's
You
gonna look at
throw
Roger and just be like, "There is nothing wrong in this room."
that-
Fair enough.
while they're demystifying their room, what are you doing, Falmouth?
Falmouth is just trying to sense if there's anything evil presence around him with divine sense.
From your divine sense, you don't sense anything remaining that's evil about this place. Uh, from your inspection of the room, though, you do find a mechanism similar to what Kanan had found in the previous room you guys were in the cabinet nearby.
Oh, good. I'm not opening that then.
From inspecting it, though, you do see that the vial that was meant to be bursted upon activation of the trap bears a similar looking viscous liquid to what you saw in the labs in the Yuan Ti temples below.
You want to. You
Okay.
want
Anything else you want to
to.
do, Falmouth? I should note your room is also a balcony room with a large balcony outside here.
Can the vial be removed without triggering the trap? Is the question.
You can try to make a check for it.
Ooh.
I know better than that.
No bueno.
With my 10 decks, I know better than to try and do that with a straight d20.
Don't
Yes.
have like 8 for your decks.
Yeah, it's an 11 dex, but there's no modifier, and this is more of a thing for a rogue.
True.
And we don't have a rogue, sadly for us. Well,
We got a
actually we do with
bard.
Irina, but I don't think. Well, we do have Irina, but I don't think she's
She's not a player character,
no.
and she's not that trained.
You suddenly hear a knock on your door, Falmouth.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Falma just goes over to the door.
He sticks his head in as the door was already open. Hey there, big guy.
I
So, turns out rooms here are pretty minimal. So, he puts a thumbs up to you. Roomies.
sure.
Oh God, that's gonna be awkward.
All right. He already plants himself above the bed. I call this side.
Just careful not to touch the cabinets because there is a booby trap.
Ooh, my favorite. Here.
Not that kind of trap.
He takes out his spectral sword. Here, you open it and I'll fucking whack it. Come on.
I don't think you understand what it is. It's the same magic from the UNT temple.
Wait, it's in this cabinet, right?
Yes.
Why don't we just toss it out the balcony?
Our solution to everything.
Uh,
See you
Yeah,
pal.
that's
See you paladins always wanted to stay your hand clean. Come on, let's get this thing out of here.
my thought process was trying to have something salvageable, but okay.
Salvageable, smallageable. Smash some stuff.
Mm.
You guys make it your way to the balcony, and with a heave ho, you throw the cabinet right over the balcony and hear it crash down. And you do hear the mechanism go off and a burst come out at the bottom with some red gas coming out. See? That could have been invading your lungs.
Yeah, I already know that feeling.
You're welcome, buddy.
What a dong.
And he starts heading back towards the bed. I warn you, I'm a tugger. He says as he's like already tugging on the bed sheet.
Oh, I thought that meant something else.
Sam?
Okay. Does anyone else want to do something before they retire for the night?
Next, you're gonna say he's a cuddler.
Woman would like to head to the bathhouse.
Oh, you're going to go to the bathhouse?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me transport everybody.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
Why are
um,
you apologizing?
The
I don't.
cameramen are already here.
As he arrives to the bathhouse, he kind of looks around to make sure no one is here, and he looks back to where he came to make sure no one's following him.
As far as you are able to check, there's not a soul in this bathhouse.
I mean, there's still one door that's closed.
So he's going to drop the stone that Odalia gave to him.
He dropped the stone into the bath water, and you see the effects starting to take place as ripples start to come out. The waters bubble a bit as the image of Odalia lays out clearer to you than before, now that it's in clear water.
Hello, my love.
Oh, look who it is. Mr. Promise is back from his trip.
Come on, don't be that way.
Be like what?
You know what I mean.
I thought you said you liked the way I am.
Oh, always. I
So,
just wanted to call you because I miss you.
do you now, Mr. Alacris?
I do.
Because, little Gator told me that you and your friend were getting into some ugly business lately.
What kind of ugly business are you talking about?
You tell me, Mr. Alacris. I was promised tales of your conquests. But here I sit, alone.
Well, you gotta know we ended up in this creepy house, which had a lot of stuff that wanted to kill us.
And
And well, I unfortunately got knocked out by some gas, and I woke up to being chained to the floor as a rather unsightly corpse worm was on the verge of eating me.
so you choose to tell me a story about how you were bested by flatulence and also the fact that you were almost eaten by a worm.
I'm not done. And he begins to take off his armor.
Oh, a show, is it?
Thanks, what the fuck? Just when I was about to die, I thought of you. I thought of all the time we spent together before I left, and I thought about all the times we could have together in the future, how many eggs we could have, and I guess I went ape shit.
Egg.
I broke out of my chains, and he's like just stripping.
You see the smirk on her face gets increasingly bigger as she hears you talk in a dorky way about your future together. As she sighs and relaxes a bit in her posture. Oh, honey, if we're gonna play the strip game, I'm pretty sure I have better arsenal than you.
Well, I know you're missing this, and he kind of takes off. Okay, I can't. I can't.
You can do it.
This is the weirdest dirty talk.
This is so awkward.
Why is it awkward?
Not not like 5 minutes ago. You were
She's
like literally flirting with Roger.
Hey, be
yep.
quiet. So, and
I
he
can
kind
he-
of,
I can already tell that Mel is turning red in the face.
Uh huh.
and he drops um uh his bottom armor where only you can only see his slacks in a very I'm sorry guys, a very pent up tent.
I like how the person who draws porn for a living is
Is the one who is most
apologizing
abashed.
and apologizing as though we don't expect it.
I'm more cracking up because I'm like I played the actual whore.
It's true.
It's also endearing because it's like, wow, okay, only around Odalia he acts like this.
Yeah, that is kind of cute.
Oh no, we killed Mel.
She has
Mel!
ascended.
She takes a look at what you're presenting to her, and without hesitation, she herself strips bare.
Oh
Like
god.
already takes it a step further, and
Mel's
she
turning.
and she sits back and crosses her legs in a rather lewd manner and talks. You were saying?
You're blushing already.
Kanan just like his teeth starts to show as he gives her like a very uh a very like sly grin, and well, I let's just say that I took the bull by the horns and split him right down the middle as he slowly starts to peel off the slacks so that so that the oh my god, so that so that his Apollo 13 is is ready for take.
Oh my god.
That is my favorite description I've ever heard
Agreed.
of a dick.
Well, Mr. Alucris, seems like you're all ready.
You don't realize how much I want you right now.
No, enlighten me.
Max, what?
Come on!
I'm not. Oh, well,
You talk big of eggs, Mr. Alucris. Show me that dragon spirit.
woof. Okay. Oh my god.
Woof.
I can't believe Kanan's gonna fuck the bathwater.
And we fade, and we fade to black.
Yes, fade to black, please, please. Ooh.
And while this
I
is happening, in okay, I'm gonna give everyone time to react to what the fuck just happened.
I can I can hear Mel blushing from here.
Kanan's gonna fuck the bathwater, I'm telling you.
Somebody has to.
I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say yes, and I'm not gonna say no.
Look, man, we
That's
just
what
got a
She's
house.
she's
Somebody has
pleading the
to
fifth.
Christian it.
Actually, it's so.
Christen it.
that's how the gator can fuck.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Everyone downstairs being like, I was gonna bathe in that later, but okay.
So no.
You have something extra with
Oh my god.
Well, we'll just have to clean it.
All right. Meanwhile, in another location elsewhere,
Oh my god.
I'm just imagining that it's like that music from Final Fantasy 14, where it's like "Meanwhile Elsewhere."
Oh god.
Oh, you Phantom Troop theme, really?
you see a somber setting as in a crypt unknown to you. Several individuals gather
Real cool.
all around what seems like a frozen, emaciated corpse laid upon a slab. And you see a white haired woman clad in crimson armor and scars over her body frowns as her eyes well up with tears. She puts a hand over the slab.
Is that one of Bella's sisters?
She had her issues, but she was my sister,
Yep.
and I loved her. You allow foreigners to do this upon her. Our sincerest condolences. You hear from behind you the Tabaxi butler speak. We found her body in such a state after the heroes had finished with the village. And you see the crimson clad woman bares her teeth out at the mysterious stranger and the hellhound to the side. And where were you both? You were assigned to the same position as she was. You allowed her to die. You hear the hellhound just sort of shrugs and lets out an exasperated sigh. Not my job to keep her ass alive. I'm a scout. I do what I do best. Besides, you know as well as I do, we offered her help, she would have said no. The stranger on the side stays quiet, but simply tips his hat. Simply professional courtesy, ma'am. I apologize. And the Tabaxi butler speaks again. Give me a sec. I don't know why the music did not loop.
There you go.
But be rest assured that Bella's part of the operation will be covered by one of our members. Just like that. That's all she meant. One of us actually dies, and this is all you are able to give. What's stopping me from just reducing you to ashes right here, right now, little butler? Well, it would certainly stain my suit, for one. And two, I don't think our senior advisor would like that very much. And I know that you, above all, knows what they're capable of. So let's keep this as civil as possible as we can. Morgan. She simply bares her teeth again, and with a summoned fire sword from her hand, She stabs it onto the floor in rage and grief. Where are these foreigners? I'm afraid it might be inadvisable to tell you at the moment. You're not in your right state of mind. She looks like she's about to swing at him before he continues to speak. But I do believe that you and your sisters know the concept of blood for blood. And for that, we can essentially offer to you. What do you mean? The girl must live, that much is obvious. And her cohorts, for whatever reason, our Lord wishes alive for further entertainment. But I don't believe he will complain if at least one of them goes down. So, he raises a brow. You may take your pick.
God, is she gonna pick fucking Victor? Ooh,
And the hellhound sort of grunts and growls out. Yeah, well, those toys are entertainment to more than just the fucking vampire. I want a taste of them too.
ew, yay!
The butler simply turns to the hellhound. You have your part to play in all this, that much is assured. So is our friend over there. Were you able to find your target, good sir? The stranger kind of grumbles and remembers his encounter with Roger. Working on it. So long as you keep up with our agenda, you may do as you wish. Ah, he takes out a little pocket watch. I believe our friend should be here now.
Wait, I'm late.
You
We're
see
very
here,
late.
you see a purple violet portal tear out into existence, and a rather stately, intelligent voice comes out. Oh,
Excuse me,
a
hello?
a man of tan
Who
skin and
dis?
glasses adjusts his glasses and comes out. Oh, freezing in here. Haven't you people ever heard of a restaurant or something? Ah, hey.
Excuse me, hello?
So,
Mal's nerd crush is showing.
so, I hear one of us actually went down. Which one was it? You see the butler kind of just gesture to the slab, which is already beginning to cover out with mists of almost like dry ice. Oh, her. Yikes. All right, well, he pokes at his glasses a bit. Well, I'm up to the task. How many assets do we need to move? The butler continues. That much is taken care of by our friendly hound over here. All the important assets have already been moved to the bone grinder, which I believe by now the heroes should be near. But considering the precautions we put up, they'll find it a bit difficult to get anywhere near it. Still, we have them traced for now. As you may already be asking, is Morgan. Morgan continues to simply look at Bella's corpse. Which one of them killed her? I'm sorry? Which one of them dealt the killing blow? I'm afraid that information I do not have. You will have to ask our Lord when you have a chance. He's quite busy now with other matters. And I believe, knowing how fashionably late they could be, our other members should be joining in as well soon. And you suddenly hear a crack open as three portals appear, each of them having their own magical signatures and color.
Oh, jeez. Gonna Organization 13.
9 lieutenants,
Hey, be careful.
including Bella. He has 9 lieutenants.
The butler bows his head. Hello, one and all. A shame you could not meet with us in person, but I'm sure you are all handling your part of the operation splendidly. You see the male voice coming from the blue portal speaks in a sincere, kind tone. Truly a shame indeed. But her death shall not hinder our progress. I presume the experimentation has been going successfully so far with our little pet project. You see the Hellhound takes out a few red crystals, all of them seemingly small in shards but clearer in color than the ones that were in the Yuan-Ti temples. Perfect. So it appears that the wine process is complete. The only next step is, well, implementation. The voice from the purple portal stays silent, almost as if observing, while the green one uh, chimes in. Yeah, yeah, well, as long as we get paid. Oh, where's big old dark and gloomy? Our boss and our lord is busy attending to other matters. I should ask the same of you, though. How goes your little bird problem? Yeah, well, we're shooting them down one by one, but they keep coming back. But I've never seen a bird that whose feathers I couldn't pluck. So shove it up your ass, shut up, and leave me to do my job.
Bird.
Birds are
You
real.
see the butler's eyes twitch a little bit as he groans and rubs his forehead.
There you, sir.
Now, Orson, I understand that you said you were up for the task, but there's one more thing we need you to manage other than our coin. Oh, what would that be, old friend? You see, right before Orson can finish, a large, eerie chill goes out through the room that even these haunted figures fear. And within a flock of bats, he appears, Strahd.
Daddy is here.
Daddy has arrived.
Come sit on Daddy's lap. Just kidding. Sorry.
Trusted friends, lieutenants, thank you for coming in this dark hour, even in Barovian history. How long has it been since one of our number has been killed? Well, for a man such as me, you don't really learn to count the years. But such an occasion calls for a more extreme measure, would you not say, friends? Morgan speaks up. Who did it? I want to have a name. I want to know the face of the one who killed my sister. Tell me, or I will mow them all down, if need be. Ah, Miss Morgan. Direct as always. Yes, well, I do have an answer for you, but, I'm gonna need you to do something for me first. You see, as he says that, she's gets indignant and throws a fire sword right at him, to which almost instantly uh, the places of the two are switched, and Morgan is impaled by her own sword.
Heck,
Oh, 1 second. Roll 20 is being weird.
yeah, your own sword. I'm very excited.
Is my voice coming out the robot body? Or
No,
No.
okay.
No,
that's just
Yes, sir.
Mel.
Yeah.
you sound just fine.
Where did I put it? God damn it.
Oh no. What, Strahd's theme song or something?
No, it's something else. Trying to find it. Give me
Mea
a sec, folks. Sorry about
culpa,
that.
mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. He made the devil so much stronger than a man.
I'm there. Okay. Sorry about that.
I
Tactics.
mean, he is called the Devil Strahd, so.
No, you didn't have to do that, Sebastian. Rather unneeded waste of your magic abilities, I would assume. Well, sir, it is my job. And to be fair, had I not done so, her head wouldn't be on her shoulders right now. Strahd smirks and says, "You know me too well." Morgan, coughing out blood, pulls out the sword forcefully from her
That's
and
just stupid.
grits her teeth as you'd see that the wound is already closing up by some sort of eldritch magic. Now that you've gotten it out of your system, I have some interesting jobs for you all. You see, Sebastian puts up a list and sends it out to everyone by throwing it at them. Morgan reads the list and shakes her head. What are these supposed to be? I simply need you to make you a visit to these places and do a little status checkup for me. You see, Orson reads through the list. A church of Bahamut, some rich family's home, and some chicken farm. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
I fail to see the significance.
I heard church from Home and I was like, what?
Oh, you'll find out in time. I'm sure you'll find the last bit interesting, Hound. You see the Hound simply smirks wide as his teeth are bared. Just, just give me the order. You see Strahd smiles as he says, I want you to run rampant to your heart's content. See, that's why I bother working for your dumpy ass.
Oh,
Right.
jeez.
I'll be fucking off now. You see, he jumps into a portal that he crafts for himself from brimstone. Now, as a show of respect to our employee, Bella, I presume you will have no problem in me burying her in her most artistic and beloved form of magic. You see, he hovers his hand over Irene or Bella's body, and glaciers of ice begin forming over to it and spreading out over the slab. You see, Morgan simply holds her head down. Thank you. You're most welcome. Now, this ice will begin spreading till it fills the entire catacomb. So I would suggest we move now. Thank you all for attending. And I assume you've heard everything. He looks like he's addressing the middle purple portal, and instantly it just closes.
Bye, bitch.
New phone to dis.
Well, it would have. Well, it seems like he found a game he finally liked. Anywho, on to your tasks now. Go to those areas I listed. And of course, remember the main goal. You see them all speak in unison to break our lofty cage. And and you see Strahd smile, and with reverence he puts his arms up. And soon, my beloved will be free.
Bro, you obsessed.
And we fade to black.
Fade to black. Oh shit.
And I think we can call it for tonight's session.
Okay, dog. Yeah.
Well, that session
Okay.
sure went places.
Hell yeah.
What, what you
Uh,
guys think?
I enjoyed
uh,
it. It was goofy. We had all of the hallmarks of our sessions. You know, goofy shenanigans, sexual
Flirting.
tension, and 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 then some
Emotional trauma
really
for Paul.
some really serious shit.
you gotta balance out the serious shit with Goofy.
That's great.
I had to let you guys see another Organization 13 cutscene for a second.
I love it.
But yes, 9 lieutenants. You guys took down one.
Who killed again?
Strahd did.
It was Strahd, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Strahd
it was
did the
Strahd.
finishing blow.
Yeah.
So I was surprised. I honestly, I was half expecting her corpse to start bleeding like in the old like Germanic legends, just because there's this old legend that a person who's murdered, the corpse will start bleeding again when their murderer is nearby. Like that's an old legend.
That would have been too obvious. But I hear Mel likes Orson.
Mm.
I know.
Mel, we all know you have a crush on nerds.
I mean, she ain't alone. Like,
What you like to do?
yes.
He reminds us of a character in our partner's webcomic.
Nice. And yes, uh, not everyone in the villain team needs to be ugly.
All
And
villains are hot by default.
I'll post his full art to enjoy.
Okay. You.
I
Did you
love
say
him.
did you say eel Mel?
No, I squealed. If he
The
wasn't, if he wasn't human, Kana would totally smash him.
the second one, Blaze, was the house of some rich people, which I was
Oh,
So
so Orson's going to visit Kanan's church, Roger's home, and freaking Paul's home.
not just Orson, just the people he passed out the forms to.
I feel like
Go ahead.
I feel like Brutus is being sent into Time Anther now.
Whatever's the most fun for him.
Who's gonna be messing with my baby?
He serves Strahd only to hear his favorite command.
Fetch.
I mean, going into Time Anther would be suicidal.
I mean, he is immortal.
Yes, but even a god couldn't take down Time Anther. Gilgam tried and he failed.
shrine heard that rich people's place, and she was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, the
I
church
was just
Bahamut, and that
yet,
made me go, huh?
yet again. Danger.
And the
Or your asshole family is.
and the chicken farm for Paul.
I find it funny because I'm just like, man, I hope they like chickens.
But yes, the rest of the lieutenants, other than Morgan, of course, secret appearance for now.
Secret thong.
What you guys think of them?
Excellent.
Interesting, though. I think that Morgan's probably gonna meet a very unfortunate end if she does manage to find out who it actually was.
She's a lot stronger than her sister.
Okay, but do you mean stronger like in strength or in bed?
Oh my
I
god!
was gonna say, is Roger gonna have to fuck his way out of this again?
My God.
Morgan's the oldest, and I'm afraid she's
So? Didn't stop Paul.
I thought Paul was Demi.
Yeah, I'm about to say Paul was technically on the ace spectrum.
Yeah, Demi is asexual.
Roger works in mysterious ways.
And to be technical, it doesn't mean that people who are asexual don't have sex. It just means they don't feel that attraction on their own.
True, but the only attraction she feels right now is between her sword and the heart of whoever killed
I'm
her.
about to say,
Murder.
Oh my god,
That's
Metal.
that's Mel hearing the Church of Bahamut part.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, Mugman is my spirit animal.
My favorite fucking scene is when he's swinging on his chains.
Yeah.
But the devil is my favorite character. He's such a fruit.
I still get the feeling that Kyle was in that one spa room that was closed, that had the door closed still.
Oh God, I hope he didn't sneak back out of this.
oh no!
I don't even want to think about that. That would be so fucking awkward. That would
But-
be like,
Thinking about the birds and the bees.
I mean, he was listening in more or less to Victor and Falmouth's conversation.
I'll say this: he was sneaking in on Victor and Falmouth's conversation, but he's not in Kanan's
okay,
conversation.
good.
I'm
'Cause
not gonna scar a child like that.
thank
Not
you,
Not
Thank
watching
you.
Kanan fuck the bathwater.
thank you, thank
Interesting
you.
conversation Kyle was having, though.
You be quiet.
Mm.
Oh man, I love dropping these little breadcrumbs.
Falmouth is definitely gonna be spending that full moon night just in the water, just because it's like, yeah, I don't want to go on a rampage and kill everyone.
You have a new roommate now.
I would love to know why Roll20 takes up so much fucking CPU power while I was
That
trying to record this because Jesus
that
Christ.
That might be my fault. I use a lot of assets, as you can see.
I guess,
Yeah.
but even like at the start of it, it was already pushing it. So I was like sitting here and I'm like, okay, I can have OBS up, I can have Discord up, I can have Roll20 up, only that tab, and I can have Clip up. And the only thing I could mostly do because my cursor would stutter on any other monitor is sit and paint. So that's what I was doing.
Ouch.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Oh shit, dog! It's my DM, Sona.
Oh yeah.
Roll for initiative. Oh,
Look at
you would be fucking chaos.
that.
Yep.
You mean from Aladdin?
Yeah.
I mean, he's an awesome character. Come on.
Uh-huh.
So, what do you guys think about that lieutenant that didn't speak?
Hmm.
Why do I get the feeling it's Victor?
That's what I was thinking.
If it's
I did-
Victor, it's gonna be like, what the fuck?
I did kind of lose my shit though, when it's just like it just did the
No.
thing just flipped out because all I could think of is somebody just hanging up on the conference call.
Now, I do know that there was one other person who was forgotten. The Black Knight who manhandled us on the wagon ride, and the one who bitch slapped Victor into a wall in the UNT temple.